Hi, and welcome back to TNT Garage. I picked up this 1987 Trailboss 250 4x4 for real cheap in non-running condition. We're going to see if we can get it running today. Thanks for watching. I bought this 1987 Polaris Trailboss 250 off the internet, and the gentleman said that it ran great until the starter didn't work. Now, a couple things wrong with that. One, this is an electric start vehicle. However, I can confirm that there is no starter. There's a couple other things on here that I'll show you that makes me believe that maybe he was a little less than truthful. But let's take a look around it and see what's all wrong with it and start tearing it apart. All right, as previously mentioned, this is the pole starter that the gentleman was using to run it. You can tell from the evidence here that they were using the pole starter quite a bit. And he told me that he had never got it run, but the previous owner before him said it ran great until the pole starter broke. I think that's quite the case. If we pop the seat here, we're gonna see our very first evidence that there's maybe a little more to this story. This right here, throttle line, should be hooked up to a carburetor. Probably one of the most damning features. This is your oil reservoir. You probably can't tell, but she's bone dry. And if we pull this up here, that's your oil pepcock or lead. And there's nothing on it. So my initial thought was, well, this engine's toast. However, she got quite a bit of oil or fuel in it, and good feeling there. There's oil in that fuel, so it's been pre-mixed. I did message the seller, and he confirmed that he has a jar of pre-mixed, or a gallon of pre-mixed fuel that the previous owner had used. So there is some hope. Secondly, there are some signs of love. This is a brand new headlight bezel. Frame looks pretty good. We are, however, missing the entire four-wheel drive front chain. It's hard to tell, but it's not there. This system runs on 3 chains, primary to the back, this mid chain here, which they have this convenient hole for. That one's there, and it does move. When you move the tires, that chain does move. But we are missing the one that goes to the front. So we'll take a look at that. Another piece of evidence that I doubt this thing was ran. This chain is sloppy loose. We have no battery, though the wires look fairly new. All right, you're gonna take my word for it because I don't think I can get you a good view, not yet. But the starter is completely gone, starter motor. So, would be underneath here. So that's gonna be something that we have to change. The other thing, this right here is your CVT belt assembly. Not sure if you can hear that. That is a loose bolt or something inside of there. So that's all gonna have to come off. This hole here, I'm assuming is from wear from that loose bolt. So I've never even heard it run. Haven't even heard it turn over. So we're gonna dig into it. Oh, all right. Okay, so with the tank off, you can see some things going on here. A couple of things that are rather nice. So this does appear to be a new, and I thought it might be, throttle cable. Doesn't look tore up at all. I did see, I don't know if you can see that, there is some frayed wiring here that might be part of the electrical issue. Yeah, there's some frayed wire there. That could be grounding on the case. We're definitely gonna check all that. We are missing a bolt there for the breather, and that breather is for the belt. The belt is also loose from the breather here. So there's gonna be some mysteries in there. But the most interesting thing, like I said, this is going to our carburetor. If you look right down there, this line, however, I believe has to do with that oil. If you look right down, you know, kind of use this to image best I can. Way down there, I believe that is the oil pickup or whatever you want to call it. Basically injects oil into the system. Didn't mark it before, but transmission feels real solid. Not sloppy at all. Does have high and low gear. Seems to go into those gears pretty well. All right, get in here where it's good and clean. Yeah, the lines don't look super deteriorated. There is a fuel filter right there. I can get the light to be nice. Breathers are intact. They're not dry and crusty. All signs to this maybe actually have been in a running machine. And they just were deciding that it was easier to mix fuel than it was to tackle the fuel injection. Guess we'll figure it out. Keep digging. All right, I think we should take the plastics off. We got quite a bit of slop in our mid chain. So you can see a little better here. This is your rear drive. Let's shine some light on that. Here, Landon. Shine light. Okay. Yep, this is your rear drive. A lot of slop there, we'll have to adjust that. It then goes to here, and it works some magic in there where Polaris detects slipping at the wheel and then engages this. Something like that. This is your mid drive. Attaches to here, and deep down in there, what you can't really see, is another sprocket. Let's see if I can get a light somewhere in there. There, you see the teeth. Another sprocket. There's no chain on that, so we are in a two-wheel drive mode. But this bolt here will adjust, bring that back under tension. Now, however, we actually have to remove tension so I can get the side plate off. And I think this is the reason previous owner gave up. You have to take all that plastic and stuff off to get to this cover, take this cover off to get the chain off in order to even get this plate out of the way. Right here, now you can finally see it. This is the oil opening pump. I don't know what you want to call it. I don't even know what it's called.
You need to touch that line back.
But this is where that line broke off at some point, if you notice right there. And that's where this line works its way down to, sits in here. And they just didn't want to do the work to make that work. So they said, forget it. Here is, oh, there's your broken oil line. It's waiting for that bad boy. So we'll replace that. And then we'll replace the line on here. And then we're gonna have oil injection again, which means I'm not gonna be mixing my gas. Uh-oh, more exposed wires. Inside this pillow block is a bearing that this shaft rides on. And it is gone. Gone though. So we'll look at that too. Oh, casing is split. Right there. Someone's had this apart.
Tighten it down.
Well, they didn't tighten it down because I think they screwed it up. We will see. Oh, help if I was on. And there's your spring. Oh, man. Okay, well, it has compression. It's been welded. All right, this is what we got going on. This is clearly broken right here. The spring is functioning, but that is broken. And then here is something rather unique. This is all welded up. So this engine has been taken apart at some point. Don't know why. Someone maybe thought that that was getting loose and thought they'd put a little weld on that bolt, but it is boogery. It is gross. This is your missing starter. I think we'll go ahead and replace that. Whoops. There was no seal on this. Nothing. So the question becomes, do I bother replacing the pull cord and pull starter? So usually what you do is stick a drill on here and fire it up and check your compression. However, I can't stick a drill on there because that is gross. No point in buying a $40 starter if the thing doesn't run. Gotta think on that. We'll see if it'll start up. I have the belt unhooked, so I don't want to run it long, but proof that it is gonna run. It's really bad to run those without the belt, so I'm not gonna run it long. But it was running. Doesn't sound amazing, if I'm being honest. And where did I put that bolt landed? The one that was threaded in here. Can I hand it to you?
No.
This bolt, as you can see, partially cross-threaded. It was loose in here, banging up against the back of here, which is why that wore out. Yeah. I compression tested off camera and using the hand wrapped pull start was about 100 PSI. Not great. Expect more like 130, and I think we're probably leaking somewhere, so there might be an engine rebuild in the future. But it runs. I got a starter on order. We'll replace that. So I'm not going to bother fixing that pull starter given the welded nature of that bolt and everything that's broken over there. Basically just going to eliminate that completely and run it off of electric start. It's running on old crappy gas right now that's pre-mixed, which is why you have no oil mixture going on. I'll order some tube and fix that. But not too bad for running on garbage fuel, old fuel. So should at least something to go with. We'll see. So time to order parts, and yeah, see what happens. Come back when the parts get here. All right, thank you everyone for watching. That's it for now. We're gonna get parts ordered. We're gonna go ahead and start rebuilding and replacing and repairing everything to get that to be a smooth running machine. Probably a carburetor rebuild in the future. If you like this, go ahead and subscribe. There'll be more videos of this current project and also the one in front of me. A like if you like the video. Otherwise, once again, just thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day.